Yo, it's Yen back here again. As of right now, from pre-market, we did get a valid buy right here. I would have entered this trade like right here at this high. And we can very much so see that price actually never came to that level. Well, actually, no, I would have entered a little bit higher, maybe just like right there. But it edged that. And then our TP would have been right here. But the only reason why I wouldn't have entered that is when that's pre-market. I don't need to trade pre-market. And two, we could see a reversal candle form on market open. For the past 2 days, we've seen that. And that is actually a crazy candle for it to be 25 and not even 30 yet. I don't think I haven't seen that massive of a candle. And it completely respected this breaker block. So I'm honestly not liking that at all. But it's okay. My trade will show itself later. I can take a trade later. Right, it does suck that you just can't be done earlier in the day. But it's okay. I need to be patient. I need to stick to my rules. But of course, it always is sad to see price do something that, yep, there you go. Wow, that is insane. But as I was saying, it's pretty sad to see price do something that you wanted it to do without you. That is actually insane, though, right there. Although it just wicked, it never even actually really went above where I wanted it to go. That price can now want to just come back down here through market open and tap that breaker block, and then we can see a reversal downside. It could also just want to come to market open, tap that break block, and continue up, or it can just completely disregard it. Sometimes through market open now, I'm kind of expecting it to come tap that at market open. And am I going to get in that trade? No, because essentially that is not my rules. If I were to take this sell-off, I would have entered from the top of this breaker block, and then I would be targeting down here. But that's not the trade I want to take. Well, if I were to enter this trade, like since I obviously didn't get my entry down here because I wasn't on the charts by then, I would have entered once we held a break, candle break, and then I would have re-entered at the break. So even my second opportunity would have played out. It's not often that it does, to be honest with you, but it definitely does happen with enough occurrence to make you pretty upset. Boom, what did I say? What did I say? You know what? Let's get in. I missed entry. I was going to get in with one mini and just close out at this low right here. But we missed entry. It's okay. So that wasn't even really my trade, so I shouldn't have been taking that. But I was very confident in that happening. This was a valid sell, but it formed through a breaker block and on a point of interest, so I didn't like the odds of it. Entry, I mean, I guess entering between the 50% of this, but I would have honestly wanted to see that come up here. So I'm actually going to be pretty upset if this trade now just plays out without me. Yeah, we would have closed this out at this Asian low right here. If not, we would have closed at that breaker block. Entry, I would have wanted to have seen price come up here, but I did not like that trade due to the fact that it formed on a breaker block that had not been touched. I don't know why my stream likes to be laggy and choppy. I have a good enough PC to obviously record and stuff. I personally think it's because I have an ultra wide and then I have my screen split into a bunch of different screens. Because when I was recording my video from yesterday and I only had just the tab of this chart open and no other tabs, it wasn't lagging at all and it was running smooth. Jesus, bro. And then that just tilts me even more. I would have low-key have entered in a buy position after this sweep because you're going to see some buy side momentum. Yet again, I would have been done. And even if I stick to my rules and enter with like 3 minis, 1 mini, bro, crazy. I would have never expected it to come up here though. I would have closed here to here. Breaker block, that's good. We're going to get some buy side momentum here. That's going to make my a little bit more confident once I get my buy signal. Valid buy. I want to enter this right here. I would be targeting this high right here. Stop would be here. I need to see that come a little bit lower. All right, closed a little bit higher than this. Closed like right here because I saw it wick. I didn't see it. Candle closure. Realistically, my stop loss should be here, but I think I'm just going to put it here. Up 1,000. We need 2 more to go. Come on. Okay, good closure. I want to see us rip now. All of this form on London session, but this London session has been disregarded by price already, so I have faith in this. Up 1.5. Whoa, now. Don't do that to me. Continue up. Thank you. You're just up 1.5, man. Come on. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. If we come back down to this low and don't pump up it, I might just close this trade. Come on, close above London. Close above London. Good. Back to up 1.5. Just need to see 3,000. I'm going to close this. Pump, 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 pump. Good. I want to see this close above that candle, please. Nonetheless, I want to see this close above London. We're sitting at 1.5. We don't really like going above it. Obviously, we're inching a little bit above it, but I don't really like this. Well, I do like this. I'm tripping. Up 2,000. We just got 1,000 more to go. Good close. Don't like seeing 2 ticks downside from my scalp strategy. But I still got faith. Back down to 1.5. Come on now. You already touched London. You already touched high. You want to go up. Bro. Good. 1,000 more to go. About 500 more to go. Wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit reversal after tapping that. Okay, that's low-key crazy reversal, but I still wanted to close above that candle, please. Yeah, that's not good. I don't really like that. Okay, this can tap order full line, and then I want to see it come back up. If we come back to this high, I'm closing out. That's going to suck if it comes back. Oof. Come on, price. No. Miserable. I would have never wanted to put my TP there. All right. I didn't close out a briefing because I had to restart my recording. Are you kidding me? And now I'm down 1,000. Bro. Okay. I got tilted. I'll be brutally honest. That's kind of why I went silent, because I got tilted. But I did sniper. I did enter here. And I just exited once I saw 3,000, which 3,000 was like just like right here. And my stop was going to be right here. This trade right here, I didn't get a chance to record. Jesus. I didn't. Oh my God. I'm stuttering because how mad I am at myself right now. But this buy side trade, I didn't get to close out at break even because my video stopped, and I prioritized restarting my video instead of closing out my trade. And when doing so, we not only got break, actually, yeah, because remember I would enter just a little bit higher. So not only do we get break even, I had a chance to close up my trade out at the perfect amount of like recovery profit, which would have been at this high. And then I just saw this happen right here after hitting stop loss, right? We just hit stop loss and we just sweep this low. So it's guaranteed to get buy side momentum back to this high. So that was my reason of entering in a buy right here. And then I saw this candle closure and buy confirmation. So I was like, okay, I'm chilling. It's at least going to hit this break block, but I'm not going to be greedy, and I'm just going to close here. And that was honestly my A plus for a scalp. Like everything was showing for me to say, hey, we do have buy side momentum. And as you can see, it's still continuing up. And that trade, this initial trade just sucks. Like I had a feeling we could reverse off of this, but I just didn't see that happening. And I guarantee you this is now actually probably going to come up to that high. For the simple fact that I just broke my rules, I'm honestly just going to personally get off the chart. I'm not trying to go for any extra money because I did break my rules. At least I still made the money that I need to make. But I'm not going to go for any extra money because I did break my rules. I mean, I guess the only reason why I should have extended my stop loss there is because that low formed off of a breaker block. Anyways, see you guys when I wake up. Oh, hello, you guys. We're back now. The rest of price pretty much chopped. This was a invalid buy, but it essentially would have validated. The rest of price action, for once we came back up, it honestly just chopped. Didn't really have a decision of where it wanted to go or what it wanted to do. We did have this draw liquidity, which that would have been our next target if we had a good trade for him, and it did come and tap that, so some people might have taken that swing trade. But anyways, recap, this trade we took, right, we did have this gap right here, so that's why it just bounced off of that, but I did still expect it to come back up and then come to these highs. but instead we came down and we hit my stop loss. My stop loss was at the breaker block high right here. We closed this out at break even. At first it was a partial loss, but then we took this right here. This trade, it kind of was like a revenge trade, and it was for the most part breaking my rules, but the only reason why I had taken this is it formed an A plus scalp for me, and also because we did form a buy signal. This was an invalid signal, right? So I shouldn't be essentially taking a trade off it, but I knew it would validate also because the fact that we formed this invalid sell in price never swept and price never tapped my stop loss here, and because we respected the candle of this breaker block and we saw buy momentum come back above order flow line. So I wanted to see price tap order flow line and get some buy side momentum off of it, and then that was my reason of entering the scalp. And then we were just targeting my profit goal. I didn't size up. I sized with the right amount of size that I needed to make my profit needed. So that was a good thing. And that's why I consider this a win on not following my rules. But I would have never expected this trade, and I would have never taken this trade to come back to these highs. This was a invalid sell, so we also wouldn't have taken that. But yeah, and then the rest of this, like right here, these were all just invalid signals, and price, as you can see, just chopped and it consolidated. We did see nice V-shaped recovery and respective V-shaped recovery, but it wasn't enough to enter my trade when we had the opportunity to do so. So later on, I had kind of figured out why price was chopping and then ranging and consolidating, et cetera, just terrible price action, was due to the fact that CME contracts were moved over today and not tomorrow. I thought they were going to be moved over tomorrow. They were supposed to be moved over tomorrow calendar-wise and all that stuff. It was supposed to be moved over on Friday. But because Friday is a bank holiday, that happened today. I thought it would have still happened tomorrow also because the market is still essentially open on Friday. It does close early, but it is still open. So I just thought it was going to happen on Friday. Plus on Tradeovate, like a couple days ago, it already gave me the notification to switch over to the new contract. So I was like, yeah, it's just going to happen on Friday. We'll be chilling, blah, 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 blah. But it didn't happen, and that kind of sucks. And this trade also sucks, right? Seeing price tap break even. It would have tapped my stop loss, but if I did extend my stop loss, because this would have been a reasonable trade to extend my stop loss due to the fact that it's sweep formed off of a breaker block. But I wouldn't have done so regardless. So we would have taken a loss on that, and then we would have seen price come all the way up. So I'm happy I at least closed on a break even. We did take this, and I'm happy I took this, but I'm also, but in the long run, I'm not happy I took this because this was me revenge trading, essentially. It essentially was me revenge trading, but it was a good setup that presented itself, but it wasn't 100% my strategy. I would say it was like 70 to 80% my strategy. So I'm not too mad at myself, and I'm not punishing myself, I guess you could say, for my actions on that. But yeah, that's pretty much all. I'm still going to trade tomorrow. I'm not going to expect any crazy like moves or momentum in market, but I'm still going to trade tomorrow because most of the time bank holidays, you can still get some decent little trades in, but you're not going to get like crazy RR. It's going to be something like this again, not something where I could have targeted like that high. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow.